Trapaholics mixtape. Dang, son, why'd you make this?
Sparky too.
Don't jump, Anakin, I got the higher ground.
Well, we're live.
Oh, yeah.
We're back.
We're back.
Sonny is here.
I'm here, brother. What it do?
And we have a special guest as well in the studio this evening. With us is Jonathan. Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Jonathan got up from his nap and came over
Come chill in the studio.
to
It was
be,
a really excellent nap.
be here live with us in studio.
Called me out for looking like a snowboarder, but it was hailing right before I got here, so I'm fine.
Beautiful,
was good.
sunny Las Vegas. Wasn't so sunny today.
It was not.
Was it sunny?
It was not. Not at all.
All right.
Trying to get this link out.
Guys, so what we wanted to get into
Oh man.
right now, right off the
You
bat,
guys.
is last week we had a live reaction show. Actually, I'm still recovering from being up. Donovan's at home asleep still.
Yeah, he's in nap time right now.
We're still kind of I don't know, reacting to what happened last week
Yeah,
and all of the stuff that took place.
a lot went down, man, and I think a lot kind of didn't go down. There's a couple things that I was a little, I don't want to say disappointed in, but there was a couple things that I wish happened more. I don't know, man. What were you trying to get into? Because this is a little difficult.
Okay, so of the things that we had assumed that we were going to see, or maybe some open-ended items, I
Yeah.
guess you could say,
For sure.
what were the things that stuck out to you, or what was one thing that stuck out to you guys that you wish you had answered? What was the question you think when the show was over and you're like, wait a minute, they didn't do that, or they didn't explain the whatever thing? Like, was there something that stuck out to you guys that you were like afterwards, like, they didn't tell us what happened?
Oh, 100%. Other than the fact that, where's Mephisto?
Right. Other than that,
Other than the awkward thing in the room, it turned out to me, I don't know. The questions afterwards were like, how powerful is she? They brought up Doctor Strange, didn't see any Doctor Strange. A lot of the mind control stuff was just over in a couple seconds, and
right.
I was really hoping Dottie would have just been Mephisto, and it changed out. There was a couple deleted scenes. Senor Scratchy was supposed to like morph into some crazy demon,
Right.
and they cut that out, of course, because Disney wasn't having that.
Mhm.
I don't know. What'd you think, man?
I mean, everything that was like supposed to be answered, I felt like got addressed,
Okay.
but like
Definitely
nothing,
addressed.
nothing was like, we didn't get the flat answer to some things, like the whole Quicksilver thing. That's like the saddest thing that's like happened, I think, for me in these last like the whatever. I freaked out when we got to see, you know, the back of his head and he spins around and you get to see Quicksilver.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, yeah, he's some actor that Agatha, you know, she did a casting call for Wanda's brother. They have his folder.
Yeah.
It has his picture in it, you know,
Like a
his
headshot.
boner,
Yeah, it
a
was old.
headshot.
They use him as a boner joke.
And that's
Yeah.
that's so frustrating. But I mean,
It's
they
pretty
are playing it safe. You know, they don't want to expand into like multiverse stuff.
It's gonna turn
Because-
into something.
But
big.
it's gonna be something big. It has to. Like, come on.
What about you?
You think long term that he's gonna be the boner joke will be redeemed and he's actually going to be a someone?
So I think a lot of people were talking about it online that this wasn't supposed to be the first series to come out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Nope.
I think it might have been a joke that we might understand a little bit later that they might have just tried to plug in differently. Like I'm sure the mutants are going to come in a different type of way,
Mhm.
and it'll be actually funny. So now that we watch this, I
Right.
hope, because I feel like that was such a waste.
Well, I mean, going forward, not getting this payoff of you know really confirming mutants or the Fox universe, whatever you want to say, I think that did service to a lot of fans that really weren't sure about what was going to be happening and what was taking place.
Right.
Jonathan had mentioned it off air right before we went on that you know they kind of self-contained it like in that Disney bubble.
Yeah,
Is what a way
that's a good
the
way to
he kind
describe
of
it.
described it. It's and they were sort of playing it safe in the way you mentioned that they've got they had four different projects that were rumored to be either in theaters or streaming on the Plus prior to WandaVision.
Right.
And WandaVision was just because of timing, schedule, and everything else that it just kind of moved along. That was the first one that came up. But
Right.
we were supposed to get the Eternals film. We were supposed to get Black Widow.
Right.
We were supposed to get Falcon the Winter Soldier.
Right.
We were supposed to get Loki.
Something
All before WandaVision.
Something in the mix definitely happened where mutants were just okay to be around in normal conversation. So they just used that as a joke. And I think it was, you know, of course, too late. You can't take all that out.
Right.
Where did Vision fly off to? You know?
That's a good question.
Yeah, he's in the sky.
He's
We
doing
didn't see him come
something.
down. We
No,
know
we
how
didn't.
gravity works.
We
So he should
definitely know
come
how
back
gravity works.
down.
But now he has all of the other Visions uploaded consciousness. He has the memories. He has the feelings. Where did he fly off to?
Okay. That's a question that we have. Jonathan, do you have one?
Let's see. Besides Quicksilver and the kids, I mean,
Sure.
that's going to be something that they'll have to press into in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that really tore me up for a second.
Mm.
And then I was like, oh, they're not real, but they are.
Mhm.
And I feel like they were kind of going back and forth with like this reality.
Well, she didn't create them
Right.
because she didn't have no control over them
Correct.
aging.
So where did they come from, and
And-
why were they so easily let go as soon as she closed the other
Mhm.
world or whatever?
Right.
They had their own consciousness.
Correct.
They were kind of doing their own thing. They have abilities, and they're
sure.
and they're dictated by like, you know, the Speedy whatever and Wiccan. You know, you have that whole thing, or not Speedy.
Quick.
Speed.
Speed and Wiccan.
Speed
Yeah.
and Wiccan. Speedy is the other one.
I thought their costumes were awesome. They made them
Mhm.
really cool. They did a really good job with, especially, we actually got to see the Scarlet Witch.
Mhm.
Her costume was really cool.
Yeah, it looked
super dope.
Okay.
Super dope.
So the one question that I had, I think, at the end was we didn't find out who was in witness protection.
No,
Obviously, the spectral vision flying off somewhere. We didn't know where he's headed.
no.
I imagine we will see him in some capacity in either the Spider-Man sequel, which I think more and more so is going to be a Spider-Verse type of film.
Okay, that's interesting.
And I think because I think we're gonna get Miles Morales in the Spider-Verse.
That'd be really good.
in this Spider-Man 3 movie. We're gonna have it's just gonna be full of Spider-Men. And then is it Spider-Men? Is it plural?
It'd be
Spider-Man.
it'd be the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
And then if not, then we're gonna get Spectral Vision involved in some capacity in the Doctor Strange sequel. It's in the title, Multiverse of Madness. I mean, we're gonna have some bizarre things happening and taking place. I think the finale, and we said it last week after we had the reaction show, and it's on. You guys, you go back and check that out if you want.
Yeah.
We do have it up on our channel last week, live reaction show. You can see how sleepy we were. One thing that I take away from that episode last week is it was really good overall. The series was fun.
it was an awesome show.
I don't know if that you're going to look at the finale and you say it's great, but in the same way that we looked at Age of Ultron differently
Mhm.
after we've seen everything play out,
Mhm.
this series may play out, Jonathan, a
Mhm.
lot differently after we've seen the other content, series and films come out.
That's what I'm thinking.
That series might apply different.
That's what I'm thinking. Like
Yeah.
all like the joke is gonna actually be funny. You know that they use this, Peter Evans. We always call him the wrong one. There's a reason that they did that. I think what they do over there at Marvel is all the little things are supposed to matter, and I think that's why we dug into everything so much. Evan Ross was talking about like, just still riding this Mephisto train. Everything could happen still. Maybe in Doctor Strange,
Mhm.
Multiverse of Madness. Maybe that's when Mephisto kind of pops up, or Nightmare, or the same of the two. I'm still riding the train, man. I'm still going for it because we went too hard and there was too many
Yeah.
details, devil in the details. There was too many of them just to kind of ignore that.
Hmm.
So it was a lot to take in. It was a great show. It was
Yeah.
a great, 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 great show. I can't believe you thought you were going to be able to watch that weeks and let it hold and trying to binge the
All
whole
at
thing
once?
at once. Yeah, right.
That never would have worked.
Yeah, right.
No,
No, thank you.
because I would have had too much of you guys commenting like
Oh, come on.
nonstop.
Oh
like,
my God.
why are you not watching this?
It was a lot. It was a lot.
It was.
I think for me the coolest thing was the second after credit scene. First after credit scene was really cool, but she's using the astral projection while she's still conscious
Yes.
to read the book. Maybe is it
Versus Doctor Strange was asleep.
everybody? Even the ancient one was
resting.
asleep. Hulk gets knocked out of his body, and that's his actual Hulk form lay there, and then his Bruce Banner is outside in the astral plane. So how is she doing this? Is she doing this awake? Is it another version of Wanda that she's maybe found from another universe that could possibly maybe look at this book and read the book that and the side effects don't work on this other version? I don't know.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Because the thing that or maybe she's just that strong
Mhm.
that she's able to use her second consciousness and or to project and to use this astral plane while she's conscious.
What if she's projecting the physical body? The astral
Mm.
projection is like, she's doing that whole thing, but it's like the guise is just her floating around, walking around the house. I mean, what's she doing? She's sitting outside and she's making tea.
But she grabs the tea kettle when it's burning
She does
hot.
grab it. All right. Yeah, no. That's out.
So that I'm like, she's something strange is happening here, and they play Doctor Strange's theme music.
Doctor Strange.
So I don't know. I hope Paul's getting all this. If I have something right and we clip it,
Right. Well, I mean, looking forward, it's still relatively early in the month.
yeah,
WandaVision just ended. We're looking ahead till next week with Falcon the Winter Soldier,
yes,
or as a lot of people are terming it, Mephisto and the Winter Mephisto. But we have a lot of different projects and films and series that will be coming up this month.
yeah,
And I wanted to kind of make a list and see what sticks out to you,
okay,
what you're most excited about
okay,
out of the following: Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
mm-hmm.
Invincible. It's going to be streaming an animated series on Amazon Prime.
yeah,
Oh,
It starts
baby.
up. Godzilla versus Kong,
so stoked.
Justice League Remix, the Snyder Cut,
Kwan's not stoked at all.
and then there was something else, wasn't there? There's like I think I'm forgetting
No,
something.
it was those four.
It was those four.
It was those four.
Okay,
Peppa Pig.
and Peppa Pig. we forgot about Peppa
No,
Pig.
we
Can't forget about Peppa.
Out of those four, then what were you?
The most stoked for, I think, Justice League Remix. I
Okay.
think we've been waiting for the Snyder Cut for forever. We're gonna get a lot of different heroes. We just got more Joker. We got another look at Deathstroke. It's gonna be really cool.
Mm.
I think second, Kwan's gonna hate me, is gonna be Godzilla. Kong versus Godzilla, Godzilla versus Kong. It's gonna be a big monster movie. I want to see it in the movie theater.
Mhm.
It's just gonna be something good to watch. They just released a little bit of their Funko kind of like spoiled Mecha Godzilla's look. So there's an image on that. You can
Oh
click on that.
man,
There's a trailer out where it shows spoiler alert, like Godzilla being able to see Mecha Godzilla in one of his eyes or something like that. So I know he's gonna be
like
in
in a
it.
reflection.
Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited to see if they do something more with that.
Mhm.
Then Falcon and Winter Soldier. and then Invincible's or because I just don't know too much about it.
Okay.
But I know it's good, and I'm excited to learn more. So I think that's on my list.
Yeah.
Okay.
No disrespect.
I mean, Invincible by like a long leap and a half. Invincible's
Really?
so cool.
I've heard really good things.
It's Justice League, or
Right.
not Justice League. It's like DC, but just so dark and gory.
It's like
and
Very,
raw.
very violent.
super violent. I mean, the main guy, Omni-Man, like flies through people, not like around them. Like he's just like, oh, there's a person in front
Or
of
like,
me.
excuse me, he
he
just
goes
like
really
flies through.
fast. And there's like 25 collected volumes. There's
Oh, wow.
a bunch of
Okay.
issues of this book. I mean,
Okay.
it's Kirkman.
It
you
went up
know?
to
Yeah.
it's Robert Kirkman. It went almost 200 issues. The run went
That's
almost
crazy.
200
Yeah.
issues.
It's fantastic,
That's
and
really
it's
cool.
cool because they got a good like voice cast like assembled for it. You know,
Mhm.
it's gonna be a fun animated show.
Stephen Yeun is actually going to be the voice of like Devin Grayson,
Yeah.
the lead.
Stephen
Who-
Yeun
Invincible.
is
Glenn.
I was gonna say
from
Glenn.
The Walking
Yeah,
Dead.
Walking Dead.
Yeah.
He was really upset about leaving The Walking Dead. Like things just kind of didn't work out. And
Jonathan
Yeah.
quit watching The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
because
Glenn
of
left. I left.
Yeah,
my
he's-
favorite.
He was done.
He was honestly my second favorite character.
Yeah.
Behind Sheriff Carl.
Daryl.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Daryl's always been. He's like the
Okay.
Vegeta of the show. You know, Vegeta and Goku.
right.
I don't know if anybody else got that.
No, I don't.
Somebody in the chat got me.
Don't watch
in there.
that.
Boom.
Paul got
Uh,
me. If anybody else got me.
and then like Godzilla versus Kong. I mean, I like kaiju. I like that.
Big
like,
monster
big
movie.
monster movie. Like just
I love monster movies.
get excited, let them fight.
Mm-hmm.
And that sounds like a lot of stuff with the Mechagodzilla. I hope
gonna be
they
cool.
I hope they just make it like just as loud as they can. And Universal just goes right. Is it Universal or Paramount
No, it's
Ooh.
well,
or
Warner
it's
Brothers?
Warner
legendary.
Brother?
It's legendary.
Legendary.
It's going to be on HBO Max.
Oh,
So it'll
okay.
be simultaneous release. But I think
There's a 13-minute all straight up Godzilla versus Kong fight. There's no
Yeah.
there's no humans. It's just straight 13 minutes of just destroying. I don't know wherever
Yeah, I'm
they're at.
for it.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
we're watching it. I can't wait.
Winter Soldier
Winter
and
Soldier.
then Snyder Cut.
Wow. Okay. Snyder
It's
Cut's
not
last.
those three are really like close together. Like they all should be like maybe tied for second. I mean, I'm a little bit more excited about Kong. I'm just scared that Snyder Cut isn't actually going to be that good overall.
I don't think it's gonna be
It's going to be
breathtaking,
cool.
but I think it's gonna be super cool.
It's going to be cool.
I think it's gonna be super super rad to watch. But
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be like, oh my god, this is breathtaking. I think because it can't go anywhere at the end of the movie. You know,
Right.
that's it.
Right.
You know?
Because
So
they've already said that
correct.
there's no plan.
Right.
There's
so
no future plan.
We'll see. What about
So-
you, bro?
Okay. So I was going to say Justice League
As number one.
as number one,
Let's go.
but I switched it up. Okay. And the reason why I'm going to switch it to Falcon the Winter Soldier is that I had WandaVision fatigue and I want to see something different
Yeah.
with relationship to the MCU.
Right.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to get. We're going to get a breath of fresh air. We're going to get like a buddy cop type of thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be basically an extended Captain America film.
For sure.
And it's, spread out over 6 weeks. They're not altering it. We're not going to get 9 episodes or 30-minute episodes with 8 minutes of trailers or 8 minutes of credits. We're not going to get any of that. So I'm really looking forward to Falcon the Winter Soldier because I like their dynamic and I like what they're trying to set up. I think potentially there's something big is going to happen in this series. I think.
I think so
got-
too.
I've
dude.
got a theory.
You've been saving this for a little while. Do you want to like kind of go over this?
My
Because I'm interested. Now that WandaVision's over,
Mm-hmm.
my theory is the thing that's going to be bringing them together is that
bringing who
N-
together?
Falcon, Bucky,
Okay.
and Sam.
Okay.
The thing that's going to bring them together is the death of Steve Rogers. I
So-
think it's going to be Steve Rogers' funeral is going to be like in the first couple of episodes of the show.
And that's what's going to be, the glue between the awkward relationship that they have because
Yeah.
they hate each other.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's my favorite.
That's what makes it entertaining.
That's my
is
favorite
that there's
part of the
constantly
show.
like some friction because it's the new best friend versus the old best friend.
Right. For sure.
Yeah.
And I think they nerfed Winter Soldier so hard from when they were chasing him and all that kind of stuff. Like
Uh-huh.
I don't know. He took on like Black Panther and outran like Captain America, and then now he's just kind of more relies on his guns, and the arm is a little bit different. I don't know.
Right.
He was in Soldier Boy mode though, like
This is true.
brainwashed. He was
This is
like,
true. and this part is true. Do you think Zemo's gonna be able to maybe tap into something like that? Because I think Shuri took everything out.
We're
The mind control. I assume.
we assume.
Last time
Yeah.
I checked.
is she a mind control expert though?
No, she's
You don't
mad
know.
good. She's mad good with technology. Who knows what was going on over there?
And we're gonna get something with. I mean, Baron Zemo. The rumor
Baron
is
Zemo
that we're
so cool.
we're getting some. He does. We're getting some version of like a team.
Right.
We don't know what that's gonna look
The
like.
Thunderbolts.
It could be the Thunderbolts. It could be some version of the Thunderbolts, because this could be going on simultaneously. Remember, when this show ends,
Right.
It'll be ending a week or two before Black Widow comes out. Allegedly. We're assuming that's when Black Widow's going to come out.
Right.
I was
Is
gonna
May
say
7th.
I don't
May
know.
7th, yeah.
Okay. We don't know if there's going to be a further delay,
Right.
but I think that
They
the
just tried
time
to put out another date the other day. I thought.
well, okay, so I was talking to Tim, Timmy, friend of the show, who's called in a few times.
What up, Tim?
He was telling me, I think it was yesterday, that the rumor is that California is not getting pressured, but they're starting to think that they could open up movie theaters as soon as like a week from now. They could start opening movie theaters.
Well, I mean, South Point's open right now. It'd be nice to go for us to just.
We can go to the movies tonight.
We can go to the movies.
I'm ready.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is frustrating, and there's different rules and different times. I'm sure they're trying to maximize the money.
Sure.
Whatever contract Disney Plus would have, or I'm sure it doesn't measure up nearly as much to what it would be if we were all able to go see the movie.
Well, Raya is a $30 premium access thing on Plus.
Yeah.
Okay. Black Widow is probably going to be $40.
Yeah.
Would you pay $40 to see Black Widow?
Yeah.
I think I would
I
too.
think I would.
I think I would.
Yeah. I
And you
mean,
could watch it again.
Is that how it worked? Like when you rent it, were you able to? It's not because you don't get to keep it.
I heard when you got Mulan, I think you could
you get
watch
to-
it multiple
like when you-
times.
you get it?
and you pay for Raya, you could watch it multiple times.
Yeah.
It gets like
there's a-
downloaded
there's a
into the
time-
Plus.
Yeah.
There's like a time frame though. I thought.
That's what I'm thinking. Like if you rent something off Amazon Prime or something, what's up?
There's a time frame, but then it's
Is it like downloaded into your Plus file?
yeah. But
Okay.
but then after a few months, it's live anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Mulan came out, and then when you did the premium access, and then I think it was on regular Disney Plus within like 60 days or 75
Oh.
days
that sounds
or
right.
something. It was already there.
It was
So
the
you're paying.
premiere.
So you're paying $40 for 60 days early access.
You're paying $40
Or you
for
premiere it at the studio and everyone puts in $5.
Oh,
and then they bring him
Wow.
a Snickers bar and some popcorn
this is true.
Yeah.
Back
or
to the
wheat thins. I don't know.
whatever you do.
Whatever you do
Back to the original question though. Would you pay $40 for that?
for Black Widow.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, I mean, like, what else are we watching? Or, like, what else are we doing?
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
That would be cool, but they don't want to do that. They want it to be
No,
a movie theater.
Absolutely not.
People like line up and social distance, and all the dates, or excuse me, all the times are sold out, which would be really cool. I still think they're hiding a mutant, possibly, where I forget the name of the guy that's in Stranger Things. I forget who's playing. The star,
Oh, he's playing Red Guardian.
Red Guardian,
Mhm.
David Harbour.
David Harbour. I think he in that prison there might be a mutant. A lot of people are talking about like maybe Colossus.
Mm.
Hey,
Love
that could
Colossus.
happen.
That'd be
Okay.
pretty cool.
That could
Yeah.
happen.
But it'd be interesting. I watched New Mutants the other day. I'm talking about Colossus's sister.
It was brutal, wasn't it?
It was really bad.
It was brutal.
It was. Did you see it?
No.
Don't.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
I've been
are
pretty-
you going to?
I've
I
been
mean,
pretty
it's-
disconnected from X-Men for like the last little bit. I love X-Men, but it just feels like they're going.
All right.
The actress that played Ileana Rasputin won
She won a Golden Globe
a Golden Globe
for,
for that
Queen's Gambit.
for Queen's Gambit.
Right.
And she is terrible in New Mutants. Very bad.
Okay.
There's no acting highlight in the movie. I mean, nobody really. You're like, oh, he's good. You're like, nah, nobody.
No.
No.
I think I think Paul might have said like the best part of it was the end of it, and I was like, dang,
Wow.
It was pretty bad.
it's pretty bad. But back to Black Widow. I think it'd be nice to see a mutant. If it was Colossus, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, they can. They
They're
definitely
hiding something.
have. They
They're-
definitely have the door.
They're
you know?
hiding something.
And like, if it's mutants now, then like, do they push back like this whole cosmic thing? Like, are they gonna push back like the whole Mephisto? Because mutants in itself is probably a wave, right?
For sure.
That's gonna be like the next wave is gonna be mutants really going into them and leading into Phoenix arc or
Well, we saw
Apocalypse or
Wanda
whatever.
had her powers as a kid,
right.
so maybe there was some sprinkle of like some kind of powers somewhere.
Okay.
Was it the snap, like the snapping, the blip? Did that
Mhm.
bring some kind of powers? Did
It's
Wanda's
possible.
messing around in the alternate stuff? Did that mess up something?
That could actually be a really cool way to like involve mutants.
And I think
Instead of-
it's a door.
Oh well, yeah. Instead of them being like born with it,
Yeah.
it's that there's all these people who are blipping back,
Right.
And they were just put back into like a weird spot, and somehow that affected them.
The radiation or the whatever
Something,
something. Cosmic
space,
something.
time, magic, whatever.
Hmm.
And this is I should have mentioned this during the Wanda segment
No,
or a
it's
little
okay.
thing
No,
that
man.
we did. Photon was so cool
So cool.
for like
Very-
5 seconds.
She was very cool, and they're gonna elaborate more on what her powers are and
Right.
and what her involvement is. We know that we're gonna have Ms. Marvel, we're gonna have Carol Danvers, Brie Larson, and we're gonna have Photon all in Captain Marvel too.
Right.
So I mean,
Should be sweet.
that's something else to look forward to. I mean, I really like the character. I thought Monica Rambeau. I'm trying to think of the name of the actress right now, but she was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
WandaVision was cool. There's a lot of stuff to take out of it. You're like, there's a lot of stuff to take from that series. It was like really cool. They did a lot of fun things in that series, and
It was definitely, I think it changed the scape of how these shows get viewed. Everything is not this blow up giant fight scene. There's difference between everything, and there's a show for everybody. And I think a lot of new viewers, got one in the studio, was like, dude, I'm stoked on how this was, because I didn't know all the little Easter eggs, and I wasn't expecting, and I wasn't looking too deep into something. He was like, I saw it and it was cool, and then I enjoyed it. You
Right.
know, I'm sitting here like not watching the show. I'm looking in the background to see what movie's playing in the back of the, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like
right.
to try and get back to figure something out, So I think they did a really good job. They did an awesome job. There's a lot of questions though.
Yeah, and I mean, and we're not going to have them all answered tonight.
No.
There's a lot to go over.
Yeah, but again, I'm looking forward to the rest of the stuff that we're going to get this month. I am looking forward to Falcon the Winter Soldier next week.
What's up
Something
to
that-
everybody in the chat? Hold on, the chat was just booming. I just wanted to say
We wanted-
Tim's in the chat, Paul's in the chat, Neighbors in the chat,
Oh, nice.
Katie's in the chat, Austin's in the chat. What's up, everybody?
I love you.
Can't see everybody. But yeah, what? I don't know. I was trying to get a really good segue like you do, but
You're very talented.
you're really talented.
very handsome, talented.
Well, there's
know.
there's a guy that we've heard that has been rumored as far as being involved in the MCU for a while, and he's been
Oh.
rumored with multiple roles. His name is Keanu Reeves.
Your boy.
Okay.
That is my boy. I have him on
And-
my background right now. I'm not even gonna lie, dude.
And one of
The
the
best.
things that he's involved in right now, comic book wise, he's involved in a segment that we've been doing every week. We're going to talk about Boom this week. Show us your booms. The Boom Studio segment this
Boom.
week. We're talking about a series that is really in its infancy. The first issue came out last week. We're talking about, of course, a Berserker.
Oh,
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves project.
it's so
He's
cool.
collaborating with a lot of comic book minds,
So
and it is an ultra violent, over the
super,
top.
super violent.
The guy may or may not have been like a caveman. He's
Right.
been living for thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
8,000.
Yeah, it's
be
it's
exact.
crazy.
Wow.
What were your thoughts so far about that series?
I mean, you said it yourself. Very, very over the top, violent. It reminds me of Rambo meets Spawn.
Okay.
He's a worker for the government. He does the tasks that nobody wants to do. He does them very brutally with his hands mostly. He likes to beat through people. kind of short story. What was it? It's following an immortal warrior. Berserker is his name. We don't know anything else about that. As he fights his way through the ages, so we find out that he is, maybe some type of warrior or contract killer, or something of the ages. He's been doing this for a very long time. Runs through dudes. I mean, he's just, people are shooting chain guns and rifles at him, and he's just taking shots to the face. He gets his nose blown off in the issue, and just is still fighting it. So you don't know what abilities or what powers he has and what he's doing.
But he's immortal.
He's definitely 100% immortal.
Okay.
The artwork's awesome.
Okay.
It was definitely an action-packed pilot, and I'm like, where's episode 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I want to just binge this. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So they got me. I'm sold. I'm absolutely sold.
Just from that, there was that Netflix show with Charlize Theron, or movie, whatever, with the last
the
Old
last
The Old
night,
Guard.
the
The
last
Old
guard,
Guard.
the old
Old
guard.
Old Guard, whatever.
A lot of vibes.
But
A lot of the same
but
vibes.
more violent.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I
Like
think
when-
it was more violent than the Old Guard.
Because the Old Guard was just kind of like
Old Guard was violent.
It's
I
cool.
mean, but yeah,
But, like,
this is a lot more
Really
he would
violent.
rather take the punch or the knife or the bullet or whatever to get the punch rather than dodge out the way, because he doesn't need to. We don't know if he feels this pain, or maybe
Okay.
he just doesn't feel it anymore because he's been taking so much for 8,000 years.
right.
But he would rather, he's like the juggernaut, He's just running forward. So
That's
it's
exciting.
really good.
And I think that this is like we're talking about it every week. It seems like we've been talking about it every week. Is that with the different Boom Studios projects, is that we can go in a different direction
Oh my God.
week to week to
Yeah.
week to week to week.
Seriously.
Boom's got everything right
Boom's
now.
got it going
man.
on,
They do.
dude.
Got it everything.
Seriously.
They've got
Oh,
this huge IP
seriously.
in Magic the Gathering that hasn't even launched yet that everybody is attached to.
So cool.
This guy went super over the top. Look out for that segment. It's going to be coming up shortly. A Boom segment dedicated to all things Magic the Gathering with our resident wizard.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about that shortly.
Yeah.
The once in future, something is killing the children. We only find them when they're dead.
Mystery, horror, like
Everything.
action. And when I say like Rambo meets Spawn, that's literally
Yeah.
literally what it is.
That's
all-
almost
and
that's
that's all that
almost
I want.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's almost perfect. And oh yeah, we didn't mention the fact that they're also doing 2 series simultaneously right now.
Yeah.
For Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude. Yeah.
It's
And actually, I was like, maybe I'll just check it out just for nostalgia purposes.
Mhm.
It's good read. The art is phenomenal, and it does give me those like, all right, I'm reading this just because I know what's going on with the characters, but there's nuances and there's new characters. Speaking of characters, and it doesn't feel like so happy-go-lucky. Like there's actual problems going on. So
right.
Boom's got it going on.
They do.
Put money
Um,
in Boom.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I would.
Mm.
Actually, well, I do. I buy a lot of comic books. So we will be continuing this every week. We'll
Yeah.
have a segment dedicated to Boom Studios. Next week we might talk about Power Rangers.
Yeah.
We might just would do because there's 2 different series.
Mhm.
We might condense it and
That's-
talk about both series.
It's Mighty Morphin
and Power Rangers.
I think it's Power Rangers or Power Rangers Forever or Power,
Yeah.
something like that. So it's 2 different things going on. I never thought that I would. I mean, yeah, I did. There's like pictures of me as a kid. I have my whole like bedroom was Power Ranger stuff. So I'll still go hard for Power Rangers, man. So we'll learn a little bit more and talk about that for sure.
Okay, so then I wanted to talk to you guys about what are you looking forward to reading, or what have you been reading right now, or what are you looking forward to reading? What book or what series or whatever are you looking forward to getting into?
I think just to continue what I've been talking about, King in Black. We've learned a lot, and I feel like my little updates at the end like this are kind of little golds because Silver Surfer's in the mix. We found out that there is a opposite to the King in Black, of course. Eddie Brock might be, I don't know, the host of said power. You get a lot of backstory of what's going on.
Mhm.
Noel doesn't seem to be this OP character anymore. They're finding out little cracks and weaknesses in him. So I think for me that's what I'm most looking for. And Invincible. I gotta keep
Invincible.
Yeah.
I'm on the reread train with that.
Nice.
Invincible I read like 6 years ago,
Nice.
whatever, and going through some stuff. Oh my gosh. It's just so cool. And again, it's violent and over the top, but there's some great storytelling, and they have like their variants of certain characters
Right.
that like it's a mix of like a DC and a Marvel person kind of put together. That you just really get a very unique experience, and it doesn't really feel like it's pulling from something fresh. Because like if we had a Superman that like went a little insane, DC kind of goes over it, but he's really, I mean, what does he do? Not that much, right? This guy's ballistic.
Would you compare him
And
to
you can't-
Homelander?
I see some. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like ruthless, like Homelander.
Yeah.
Like borderline
okay,
bad guy,
but there's a different.
or just power hungry good guy.
it's a little different.
it's a little different.
though.
Omni-Man is just Superman on roids, who just he has a thing, and you can't spoil it, right?
No.
You can't spoil
It's
it.
the God complex thing where
But-
he's like,
but,
I don't.
but yeah, but he's bigger than God.
And I'm wondering if
Like,
I'm wondering
is-
if the spoiler. Jonathan just said somebody's bigger than God. If
Right.
there's, I wonder if the spoiler is going to be at the end of the first season, because we're only going to get eight episodes
Yeah.
for Invincible. I wonder if
a season.
that
I mean,
big
it's
twist.
It's gonna get. It'll get another.
it's
season.
already been. I think it's already been picked up for a second season.
Perfect.
But we're going to see if that's going to be the big twist. Is when the first season ends.
Right.
It's a pretty big. It's a pretty big
Like
deal.
what happens?
That to
Okay.
get that what happens.
He's the guy. And I think it's a great read still today.
Okay.
Again, it is Kirkman, and Kirkman's cool.
Sweet.
Walking Dead and all that.
Yeah.
You trust all the storytelling that he does.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
throughout
he's
Walking
he's
Dead.
pretty
It's-
creative. So, what do
No.
you got? What do you got going?
Well, there's a series that we're kind of staying on a horror theme, because I mentioned Walking Dead. It's like a horror theme, but it's also really kind of it's kind of cute too in the way that the animation is done. The series is called Stray Dogs. It's being put out by Image Comics.
Okay. Image is awesome.
It's only the first issue so far. Basically, it's about a serial killer that has a house full of stray dogs,
Mm-hmm.
and he brings in a new dog.
Right.
And the dogs all talk to each other, and it looks like a Disney film.
Okay.
The animation, it looks
Right.
like a Disney film,
Mhm.
but the guy is a serial killer.
So behind the clotheslines, like it's a little bit darker than.
Yes, but it still has all these lighter tones
Hmm.
because the animation makes you feel like you're watching like Secret Life of Pets
Okay.
or something
or
like
like the
that.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Like
Aristocats,
in my
whatever.
head.
But the way that the guy at the comic shop, shout out to Chaz at Maximum Comics, the way that Chaz described it is the way
Super
that he
interesting.
described it was Lady and the Tramp meets Silence of the Lambs.
Oh.
It's really
Ooh.
it's really bizarre.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really bizarre. And this newer dog that's being brought to this group of dogs, they all talk to each other.
Mhm.
She's trying to convince them of what their owner's doing.
So do
And
they?
it's a mini series.
Do they see? Well, I mean,
Yes.
They see what the So they're like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
But
Okay.
it's really cool. I got to bring it in. I'll bring it in for you.
that sounds awesome.
It's
Well, I'm
pretty
stoked
crazy.
for that. That sounds
Jonathan's
really
going to read it tonight, probably. I'll give it to
Yeah.
him to read tonight. It's pretty
good.
crazy.
Right before bedtime.
Yeah. It's a great bedtime.
Before I get my snuggle on.
it's,
Right?
it's a great bedtime read.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, guys, again, next week
Yes.
we will be back live
6:00.
6:00.
6:00.
But before we go, I just want to say thank you. Appreciate Big Mike being here tonight.
Yes.
We appreciate you guys being here. Last week we had a bunch of people here way past their bedtimes. Well, way
Yeah.
past my bedtime. Usually that's like normal time for
I was
them.
gonna say, yeah.
We really do appreciate people coming out and checking us out.
Yep.
We appreciate you guys adding us to your pull box
Mhm.
and making sure you hit that subscribe. Comment down below. Let us know. Let us know what your favorite series that you're reading, an
For
indie
sure.
book or otherwise, something that you're reading right now that you're really enjoying. It doesn't have to be Boom Studios related. It'd be great if it was.
Yeah.
Because we are going to be talking about Boom Studios for the rest of this month.
Yeah, for sure. I'd
And-
like to know some like OG Boom Studio stuff that
Yeah.
I haven't seen or heard of that people like, or if you like, tell us a little bit about it, because I'd be really stoked to kind of do some homework. You know what I mean?
Jonathan, what do you got for the people?
I mean, I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, that's great.
You know, to spend time,
Love you too.
talk about comics, learn a lot, socialize. It's good stuff.
What up to Donovan and Paul? We love you.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that Boone's putting out, and I think I'm with Sunny on that. Is there needs to be maybe a little bit more that we can pull from. They got stuff, you know.
I feel
They've
like
got a lot.
I
They
feel
got
like
a lot of stuff.
they're one of the more top tier studios right now that has endless. You can put almost everything they have on Netflix, Prime, HBO.
hmm
It'd be really awesome to see a fight between like something that's killing the children.
Yeah, I think that there's some type of. I got to remember what the exact partnership is, but I think somebody at the comic shop told me that there is some type of connection between Netflix and Boom Studios.
See,
I'm not sure what it is.
I'd love to see something happen. You know?
I mean, I think it's a matter of time. Oh,
they got the money.
something else we got to talk about that's coming up is Jupiter's Legacy. It's going to be on Netflix.
Okay.
We're going to go into that a little bit next week and talk about that series.
I did a little bit of homework on that too. It
Mhm.
actually sounds pretty cool. Netflix has their own little superhero thing going on. Pretty
Mark
cool.
Millar. They're going to be doing a lot of projects with Mark Millar going forward.
Next week's our birthday episode.
Birthday episode. We'll wear party hats.
Say that again. It's a birthday episode.
Yeah.
There's gonna be pizza here.
Yes,
There's going to be pizza.
You know what I mean? All right,
And,
that's a little bit more hype. There we go.
Let's go.
And dancing.
Birthday episode.
It's Frank's birthday. It's Sonny's birthday.
Ice cream.
There's
Yes.
going to be an arm wrestling match to
Yes.
see who has the best birthday arm. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jonathan's
Birthday
coming
arm.
back in town.
If you guys were wondering,
reffing.
that's God speaking, guys.
Yeah.
They call me that.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to check us out. We really do appreciate it. We're going to see you. Hey, what's up? Oh, I just saw him again on the little screen.
Oh.
I was like, whoa,
How do you do that?
Hey. Ooh.
that's cool. All right. Jonathan, thanks for taking the time to be here tonight. Jonathan's leaving town this weekend.
Yep, going to Arizona.
Boom.
Boom. I'll call in.
Sonny, what do you got?
Much love. We love you guys. Later, nerds. Peace.
Go read some comics.
Everybody's going hard in the chat still. We love you guys.